Hello everyone. We're coming to the end of the year 2020. It was our first year together here in the market area Middle East, and I would like to look at the last year that brought a lot of change. And with the change, of course, there's a bit of fear, but there's also a lot of opportunities that we showed this year together. It starts, of course, with our new strategy. We're living the new BASF. Living the new BASF for us meant a very strong focus on one hand side on the services with the GBS organization that we're rolling out at the moment. And then, of course, a lot of focus on the customers. I'll come to that later when we're looking at the businesses. If we're looking at what we're doing here in Dubai, out of the headquarters, there are a couple of things that I directly would want to elaborate on. One is a very positive development that we see in distribution management, where we save two-digit millions for BASF because we handle our distributors right and also our agents. And then, of course, safety. Safety is also a priority, always, at BASF. And we are in the lucky situation that we have no lost time injuries and a very good safety performance here in Dubai and in the whole market area. One of the highlights for me this year was that we actually had 3 board members visiting us here in the Middle East. First, we had our CEO, Martin Brudermüller, visit us for the WEC, and he took the time to share his view on the new strategy and the future of BASF during the town hall. Second one was Markus Kamit was seeing us at Palma in Bahrain, where we also had meetings with the oil minister, and we shared a common view on how we look at the Middle East. And then last but definitely not least, we just had at the GPC annual forum, Saori Dubourg here presenting sustainability to the Middle Eastern petrochemical industry. We also had a couple of major projects that we managed very well. We have Project Skyscraper, where we are preparing for a carve-out of our construction chemicals business. Same for our colleagues at Colors and Effects. And we already sadly had to say goodbye to our water colleagues who found a new home with other companies. Now I'd like to take you through the success stories that we have for the country clusters. Let's start with Iran. I guess we're all aware that in Iran we are having a very, very difficult situation with the sanctions. The budget is way below what we saw beforehand, which is natural with the sanctions. And I have to really tell you how amazed I am that we still, looking at the non-sanctioned businesses, realized a double-digit growth in the non-sanctioned business. That's great, and I'm really excited that we managed that. And thank you to the team in Iran. Moving on to Egypt, also very strong development there. We all understand that the isocyanates business is under price pressure. A strong volume development that we see there. Congratulations to the colleagues. On the AP side, which is a strong growth driver in Egypt, we for successive years see double-digit growth. They implemented a very innovative new road to market that I really appreciate. I really like the approach. It's a completely different way of thinking that's brilliantly implemented. Thank you very much to the colleagues for that. And then we also have the new BASF that we're really living with customer-focused workshops in different areas, in pharma, in home care products, in catalysts, where we really try to understand what the customers want, what the customers need, and what's really driving their businesses and what we have to deliver to make them more successful. That brings me to the last country cluster, the Arabian Peninsula. Let's start with Saudi Arabia, where we developed very strongly the relationship to core customers, Saudi Aramco, SABIC, Tasni and the likes, and we also invested a lot in the relationship with the investment authority, SAGIA. In Palm in Bahrain, we had a very strong collaboration with our colleagues from EV for the production side, but also in the interaction with the authorities in Bahrain. Here in the UAE, we managed to really tap into market development, and for example, as just one example, supplement for food, where we really developed a very great relationship with the local customers. There are also a few new things that I would like to mention. First, we've introduced NPS, very important to me, very close to my heart, because we give our customers the opportunity to give us feedback, and we can then improve our service that we deliver to our customers. Secondly, we have changed HR setup, where we also very much focus on servicing the business units within our organization better. They also introduce new guidelines that make our life easier. And then last but not least, We have moved to this wonderful new office here in Jasta 1. I'm very happy to be here. I see from the reactions that I get here that you're also all very happy. And we've already had the chance to also show this wonderful new office to our families during our family day. A day that I personally very much enjoyed because I got to know not only you better, but also your families. And if you know the families, then you know so much more about the people. Let's talk a bit about the guys who are actually earning our money, the businesses. There are a couple of very great success stories, but let me start with EN and EM. They just received new strategies, developed new strategies that set a very strong focus on emerging markets. And of course, as you know, we are one emerging market, and we already see with Roland and with the EM team driving it out of Turkey, how we shape the markets for EM and EN, also here in the Middle East. The biggest success stories, though, I see currently with EVP and with gas treatment. EVP, the team around Javier, did a brilliant job diversifying their business out of the Middle East, reaching even into Turkmenistan and into Russia. But the biggest chunks and the most successful projects they won were actually Orpik here in Oman. Then they are in a tender at Borouge. They are very successful in Saudi Arabia and brought in millions of new business for our Palma facility. On the gas treatment, the team around Jay did a wonderful job. I guess you've also seen that it was recognized on a very high level within BASF. They just won the Business Excellence Award. They brought in business, 100 million business with Qatar Gas. And then also they won the first license at Saudi Aramco, and they just signed a collaboration and are in negotiations on top of that with ADNOC here in the UAE. And on top of these success stories, we have even more success stories from the business units. There are so many that I even need a cheat sheet so that I remember everything. Let's start with EVG, where we have a business won 800,000 euros from Tuned Defense Cement Spacer, Pourpointed Presence with Schlumberger. We have new business development with Kuwait, and we also have the EOR business where we just signed a strategic relationship with ADNOC. We have our, very close to my heart because I came out of that business unit, we have our colleagues from Catalyst that brought in new businesses with OCU. They redesigned their team, and they all also refocused their efforts in the growing and promising markets, for example, like Saudi. Chemetall, our colleagues in Abu Dhabi from Chemetall, they won a prestigious campaign with the environmental agency in Abu Dhabi. And then on top of that, of course, our PM colleagues out of their own legal entity right around the corner. They just launched 6 innovative products at the Big 5 construction fair, and they gained the 2 largest Conti panel customers in Saudi Arabia. So it's really a very nice success story that we have on the commercial side, and I would really like to thank all of you for your contribution and for driving business and really focusing on the customers. I don't want to finish without mentioning 2 businesses that implemented a very new setup, a very new way of looking at the business. One is our colleagues from CM for the molten source for the Al Maktoum solar plant, where we have a logistics end-to-end solution that's really going to bring value to the customer and is a new way of driving the business. Secondly, also our ECR colleagues that opened a training center here in the UAE to drive localization and recognition. Together with their sustainable coating solution, they managed to get 10 customers from our competition into our own customer portfolio. Thank you very much for that. Well done. I'm very much looking forward to the future and to working with all of you after this first year. It was exciting to work with you and get to know all of you this year, especially if I look at the employee engagement program that we have, all these dinners, how you work together, how you live together, how you have fun together, how we have sports together. It's very exciting for me to see that we are really building a team here, and we have a great team, and that we're working together. For the future, of course, especially in 2020, we have a couple of things that are coming up, and that I also have as an expectation to myself and to the team. One thing is, we all know that there's going to be Expo 2020 that brings a lot of opportunities for us to bring customers, have customer activities there, and really engage with our customers and look into new innovations, workshops, and so on. And then, of course, we have to focus on two very important things with the new strategy. One is focusing on growth, developing a growth mindset, and the second one is the service attitude that we have towards both our customers but also internally from our GBS organization towards the business units. I am very confident that we are going to manage that together. I'm very confident that we're going to make it a success, and as I said, I'm very much looking forward to going the way down with all of you. I wish all of you, deep from my heart, a happy new year and a good start to the next year. Thank you very much.
BASF. We create chemistry.